welcome back to the Rugby Connection podcast. What a week it's been. We've had the first round of European rugby. We've had the Cape Town Sevens, and we've also had the Women's Premiership going on as well. And announced, which we want to cover first,
Yes.
the venues for the Women's World Cup. But before any of that, obviously, Murray, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm a bit under the weather, but it's that time of year. Everyone's got a
Is
head
that
cold.
time of year?
So,
I mean, we did a live watch along last night on the TikTok for all of any of you watching that did jump on the live for a bit. Appreciate that. We are going to be trying to do a few more lives for the European competitions. European Games Challenge and Champions Cup. We did a bit of a split one yesterday. We had two games going in one live, so that was quite interesting. Worked quite well, I think. But yeah, venues for the Women's World Cup
venues for the Women's World Cup.
You want to rattle them off, Murray?
It's very widespread, so I'm very happy. It is a proper host country World Cup.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, England is hosting the Women's World Cup in 2025, and the venues are as follows. So Brighton and Hove Albion Stadium down in Brighton. Ashton Gate, obviously home of the Bristol Bears. Sandy Park, home of Exeter Chiefs. Twickenham Stadium, which will host the final, which is fantastic news. Salford Community Stadium, so I believe that's where Sale Sharks play in Manchester.
Yep.
You've then got Franklin's Gardens, home of the Saints.
I have to. Historical ground.
Historical. We then come all the way up north to Stadium of Light for Sunderland, which big fan because it means I don't have to travel that far.
Exactly.
And York Community Stadium will host a few World Cup games. I quite like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, we were just discussing just before we hit record. We were discussing, obviously, we were wondering maybe if they were going to do before the venues are announced, wondering if they were going to do something similar to the 2015 World Cup, the Men's World Cup, where the Principality was used as the venue and so on and so forth. I thought maybe it would be a good idea to have like a Murrayfield host some games, a Principality host some games, mainly because Scotland and Wales don't get any opportunities or many at all to host World Cup fixtures. And I think I was saying to you, like, when are Scottish fans ever going to get the opportunity to watch their team play a World Cup match in Murrayfield? But I mean, the venues have been announced now, and I mean, it's pretty good. And
thing is, speaking of the Murrayfield thing, Sunderland is not far away.
Well, that's
if they're smart enough in Scotland qualify, because obviously they still have to qualify. And we get a fixture at Sunderland, that's going to be full of Scottish fans. It's the same. They did it in 2015. They did it in Newcastle, and it was practically a home game. So,
and like you said, very spread out, and I'm very glad they didn't fall into the trap of hosting the majority of the competition down south.
Yes, no, I'm excited by that. It's like I said, very well spread, even down to the coast, like Brighton and Exeter getting World Cup games. Could we get another miracle, Brighton? It happened last time.
Could do. But yeah, 2025, one to look forward to now. Obviously, especially for Welsh, Scottish, Irish, and English fans. World Cup being so close, and a Lions tour going on at the same time for the men. Yeah, it's something to look forward to. So move on to one of the big competitions that went on away from the 15s and onto the sevens. We had the Cape Town Sevens being the second stop on the circuit this year, and yeah, pretty.
You don't like the Cape Town Sevens.
I don't like as a Blitzbox fan. No, I don't like Cape Town, and it's frustrating because every year we win in Dubai. And then every year we lose in Cape Town, and it's just a running thing. But I will say our predictions were pretty bang on because I did say, and I think you said as well, if it wasn't going to be the Blitzbox to win it for me, I said one of my teams to win it would probably be Argentina for the men's, and I think we both said the Aussie women are going to take the win again, and they did. I'll go over the sort of big playoff matches. We'll go over the final and the third playoff matches for these. We'll start with the men's. We'll start with the third place. Ireland and Fiji duked it out for that bronze medal. Fiji Sevens getting the job done. 14 points to 7 over Ireland. So
Quite tight for a seventh game, actually.
very, very tight for a sevens game, especially with the caliber of the teams playing.
Absolutely.
Both Fiji and Ireland, very attacking-minded teams. And then the final, a bit of a yeah, bit of a beating.
Oh,
The Dubai finalists, Argentina, making the final again, this time winning it emphatically, 45-12 over the Aussie men's side. Yeah,
they did not take that loss to Dubai.
no, they're not. What a win for them. But for the ladies, I mean, there was only one team that was ever going to win it, and that was the Aussie women's team.
Yes.
Shout out, obviously, Maddie Levi getting her 100th and Michaela Blythe getting her 200th.
Yeah, it's only the second woman ever to get 200 international sevens tries. Do you
Now,
know how many that is, that number?
it's disgusting. And obviously, yes, sevens, a lot more tries are scored. But to score 200, like most players don't even get 200 caps.
Yeah.
Michaela
I mean,
Blythe has scored
we had
200
history as well.
tries.
We had our first ever sevens centurion from the Argentinian side as well, which
Yeah,
is, again, ridiculous to think he's done
very ridiculous, especially
100.
with the nature of sevens. The squads are pretty much chopped and changed every season.
Yeah.
Over the results quickly. The final for the women's, very close final, but the Aussie women's do get it done 29-26 over France. And then the third place, USA women's take on New Zealand. And the Black Ferns get it done for that bronze medal.
There we
So we
go.
get Australia, France, and New Zealand first, second, and third. And you know my favorite part of the Sunday was the pool exploding.
So if you don't know, this always sounds weird from the 15's point of view. There's a big swimming pool at the side of the pitch at Cape Town.
Yeah.
And it's usually for like VIPs. You spend stupid money, you get to go in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
But after the tournament, the Australian women and the Argentinian men that won the Cape Town Sounds, like we just mentioned, jumped in the pool, had a big celebration, and partied a little too hard and broke the seal of the
The
pool.
seal to the pool broke and the pitch got flooded and it was hilarious. But that's what sevens is all about. That's what I love about sevens. It is just a big party. It's a real good advertisement for the sport. I don't know. I just wish more sports had the same sort of atmosphere as sevens.
I can just imagine a nice hot tub at the Six Nations.
Oh, beautiful. What I would give to see Finn Russell just chilling after reclaiming the Calcutta Cup again, just chilling in a hot tub with a big bottle of champagne. Yeah, you can't go wrong with it, can you?
No.
We'll move on though. We'll move on because before we get to the big European competitions, the PWR did take place.
Yes.
This
Short and
weekend.
sweet this week. Short and sweet this week, though. There was only 3 games because for the second week in a row, Sale Sharks game has been postponed against time defending champs Gloucester Hartbury, which sucks. We don't like games getting postponed for whatever reason. Trailfinders getting a huge win in their inaugural season against Leicester Tigers, the 2 new faces of the Prem. 36-7 to the Trailfinders. Friend of the show getting on the scoreboard. We love that. Bristol Bears went up to Franklin's Gardens to take on Loughborough Lightning, whose away kit, or alternate kit, sorry, is the Saints, basically. It's very clean. 46-17 to the Bears.
Yeah.
Big one. And we go down to the Stoop. My Chiefs went for it. 52-27 to Exeter Chiefs against Quins. Happy days. Do you want to quickly predict? Because right now there is meant to be 4 games.
Yeah, we have got 4 games on for next week. No sevens next week, just to let you know before you start saying we've forgotten to predict the sevens. But we do have the Women's Premiership.
Yeah.
First game on the Saturday, we've got Bristol hosting Trailfinders.
It's coming Bristol. Nothing against Trailfinders, just Bristol or.
Yeah, I'd probably say Bristol as well. I'd give it to them.
Yes.
Your girls are hosting the crowned champions, Exeter versus Gloucester.
repeat of last year's final. We
It
get
is.
our revenge. Come on, back your team. Chiefs for the win.
Bit of revenge.
Yeah, Gloucester beat us in the final. Want
Exactly.
revenge.
Leicester are hosting the Saracens.
Oh, go on, Leicester. It won't be because Saracens women are just on a whole different planet.
Yeah, aren't they? Yeah, it's probably going to be the Saris, isn't it? It's probably.
Yeah.
And Sale are hosting Loughborough.
I'm going to say Loughborough only because Sale haven't played in the last 2 weeks.
That's fair. It might be postponed again.
Oh,
It might be postponed again.
it might be.
For that reason, I'll go with Loughborough as well. We'll keep it short and sweet for that.
What's that? There you go.
But yeah, some good results this week in the women's prem.
Tasty games, yeah.
Should we get
Now,
on to the big one?
we're into the challenge. Oh, God, I've just realised what game was first in the challenge.
The Challenge Cup Friday Night Lights in Claremont against Claremont. Edinburgh getting a bit of a beating, 31-18. Not your strongest side, but as we said last week, a very hard place to go play on a European night.
It could have been worse.
It could have
That's
been
all.
worse.
It could have been worse. We had some fight back, and then Claremont decided to take a page out of your beloved box book. And instead of a bomb squad where they just change up like the pack, they went full nuclear bomb and just cleared the bench, and we didn't have an answer for it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but a bounce back is possible. Next week.
We've got cast next week.
Us next week.
We'll get into predictions later, but yeah.
On the Saturday, we had a Challenge Cup first.
Yes.
A new team making their debut in the competition. The Georgian Black Lions hosted Gloucester. And you know what? A closer game that I think anyone would have predicted. 15 points to 10 in favour of Gloucester.
Yes.
Very nitty-gritty game. But those Georgians put up a fight, don't they?
They're just physical. Like we say it about any Georgian team, but they are. They are just physical. They suck the life out of almost any opposition. Obviously, granted, they didn't get the win. Credit to Gloucester and more kicking duties because it did come off all the boot. But yeah, just proper physical. Some sore bodies after that game, guaranteed.
100%. Moving on to another invitational team, Zebre hosted the Curry Cup champions, the Cheetahs, and the Curry Cup champions showing that they can mix it with these big league teams, 33-15 over Zebre, a Zebre team who have been performing better than they ever have done in the URC this year so far. But the Cheetahs snuffed them out quite handily. That man, Ruan Pinard, aged like fine wine. He doesn't get any worse. He just gets better. These two invitational teams were the first teams to play on the Saturday, and obviously we're having these invitational teams introduced into competition now due to the fact that we have had teams in the Premiership, go bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So there are spaces available, and those spaces need to be filled in this competition. Now, I like these invitational teams because it brings something new to the competition. And as we can see, one very close loss and one pretty decent win for the two of them. Do you think going on into the future, if they're to continue bringing these teams in, do you think there needs to be some sort of qualification factor for these teams? Because obviously the Black Lions play in the Rugby Europe Super Cup against teams from, it's one team per nation in the Rugby Europe Super Cup. You've got team from Portugal. You've got team from Belgium. I think the Brussels Bears or something like that. Tel Aviv from Israel. And then obviously the Cheetahs really only having the Curry Cup as their competition. Do you think some sort of qualification factor,
like a play-in tournament sort of thing?
Well, I'm just thinking, obviously the Black Lions do run that Rugby Europe Super Cup, but if, say, they were not to win it one year, do the winners then get qualification for the Challenge Cup, and the same with the Curry Cup. Now, the Curry Cup's a bit trickier because you do have the four main SA franchises competing in it as well. But you do have franchises such as the Cheetahs, the Pumas, the Griquas, the Griffins. Could maybe the highest ranked one of them in the Curry Cup table be that qualifying?
Possibly, yeah. Just automatically qualify, yeah.
Automatic qualify, because obviously the Cheetahs Curry Cup champions make sense for the qualification on the terms of the invitational standpoint, and the Black Lions, the European Super Cup champions. But what if the Griquas were to win it, or the Romanian Wolves were to win the Rugby Europe Super Cup one year? You know, just to spice it up a little bit.
Not a bad idea.
Because a lot of people have the qualm that why are these teams in the competition? They don't deserve to be here.
But explain why that. Yeah, okay. A simple explanation why they're in there. But yeah,
anyways, off a bit of tangent there. We'll move on. Cast hosted the Scarlets, and probably the try of the season so far, in my opinion. Some beautiful hands shown by Cast. They do win the game 34-16, and they were just hell to play against for the Scarlets. The offload game was crazy. And Murray, I know you do say the Cast boys don't tend to have much gas in the tank, especially in the last 20. But does that put you on edge a bit, seeing that sort of handling from them, that sort of form from them?
The handling, yeah. The form, no, because it's one game.
Yeah.
That's not being disrespectful. Like anything can happen after one game.
Oh, no, 100%, 100%. We'll move on because my boys got a big win. We're a very bipolar team at the moment because we got a big win against Dragons, we got thrashed by the Bulls, and now we've got a big win in our first Challenge Cup game against Pau, 45-5. And I'll tell you what, we just clicked. The same as we did against the Dragons, we just clicked. Something obviously isn't going right week on, week out. There's a bit of consistency issue, but I mean, you look at the players on the score sheet for the Sharks: 2 tries by Ebenezer, 2 tries by Lucanio Arm, 1 try by Makazoli Mapimpi, and then back fresh into the squad, Manus Pochita gets one over as well. Now, I will admit, Pau were playing more so a second string team, and it feels like that's a bit of a theme going on with a lot of the teams who have traveled away in the European competition so far. They are sending over a slightly weakened squad, obviously keeping their strongest team ready for their home fixtures, but good momentum going on into the rest of the competition. So yeah, very happy with that win. Ospreys versus Benetton, one of the games of the week. One of the games of the week. 43-34 to the Ospreys. Benetton pushing them all away in Swansea.
Yeah, but Dewey Lake with 4 tries.
Yeah.
As you do. Standard, apparently.
What's up with front row forward scoring all the tries these days?
Oh, I don't know. It's a really weird. So this, few weeks, Dewey Lake scored 4 in a game. Johnny Matthews is the leading top try scorer in the URC. Harry Thacker is Bristol Bears' all-time Premiership try scorer. He's a hooker as well.
Yep.
Just changing the game, I guess.
And then you've got the likes of Theo Dan and Dan Sheehan just milling about there as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's mental.
Anyway, and the Dragons got a win over Oyonnax 24-7 at home. A good win for them. Good win for them. Move on to the Sunday where Perpignan hosted the Emirates Lions. And I'm telling you, Murray, I say it every week, this Lions team is building into something brilliant because they get a win on the road, 28-12, again with a bit of a second string team. Some good names in there, but you didn't have the likes of Sanele Nohamba. You had Jordan Hendricks coming back in and taking the reins at fly half. But overall, good performance. Only the 1 try, but very good. Rax McSwaney going over for that try. But yeah, really, really good from the Lions. Good win for them. Good start to their Challenge Cup. And then the final one, we had Montpellier and Newcastle. Montpellier just about edging out a win over the Falcons.
Yeah, the Sun man again. He does it every time he's on English soil. Sam Simmons.
What can you do? What can you do?
It was a good game. Newcastle showed some great attacking.
They did.
It was very nice to see. Quite refreshing as well, because without sounding too harsh, Newcastle have like kind of struggled this year for the
Yeah,
most part.
definitely.
But no, if you let them just kind of play a bit more freely, very nice rugby. Came up just short, get a losing bonus point, but yeah,
But to be fair, those losing bonus points they add up. They add up.
they do.
Shall
Prediction.
shall we have a look at some predictions?
Go on then. I actually,
Challenge
sorry,
game.
just a quick before we go
Mm.
into the fix. I do like if you go on the official website, it comes up the result from the last game. So it's like they lost, they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes our job easier.
For the Friday,
Yeah.
we have Gloucester hosting Clermont.
Oof. This is what European rugby is all about.
It is. Uh,
Um, I'm gonna go Claremont. I think Claremont are just. I think if Claremont do the same tactic that they did against Gloucester against us, it's going to be. It's very tricky, like because it's very. You don't know what to. Like, if you get one or two subs, yeah, okay, you can kind of handle that. See when they clear the bench,
yeah.
there's no answer for it.
See, just based on the fact that a lot of these teams have been sending weekend sides over for the away fixtures, focusing on getting those wins at home, I'm going to say Gloucester edge this one at home.
Fair enough.
Just based off that factor, because I wouldn't say there's too much between these two teams. The Scarlets host the Black Lions. The Georgians are coming to Llanelli. What's going to happen there? How are they going to do traveling? Because I don't think they've ever traveled this far for a game.
Not to my knowledge, no.
No,
Um,
I imagine it's going to be a Scarlets win, in my
I
opinion.
yeah, I
Scarlets
imagine.
playing back at home. The
Yeah.
Scarlets, when they're at home, they can be very dangerous.
No, that's fair. I agree with that. I'll go for Scarlets.
But hey, would love to see the Black Lions get their first win in the Challenge Cup. So
Okay.
that would be great. Murray, bit of a repeat of last year. You are hosting Cast.
I'm stunned. We just get paired with them all the time.
You do. There's a lot of repeat pairings.
Back your team. And we're going to be annoyed as well. Sean Everett doesn't seem to like getting defeated. So,
Well, he did it
yeah.
enough for the Sharks.
I'm sorry, I think that's a Sharks problem, not an Edinburgh problem. But
No.
anyway, yeah, back your team. I do believe that we've got some big guns coming back.
This is
Nick,
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Edinburgh are going to go full whack for this game. And based on that factor, I don't think Cast are going to be able to work with you. So a full strength Edinburgh to beat Cast at home.
there you go.
This one could be interesting. We have Oyonnax hosting Zebre.
I'm,
Zebre
I'm
need
going
to
to
bounce back.
my logic. There's no logic here, but I'm going to go for Zebre just because I really haven't seen Oyonnax play.
Neither have I, to be honest. Obviously, one of the Division Two teams coming off of promotion haven't really focused on watching much of the top 14. So again, very unfamiliar with this team. So I'd have to back Zebre as well. But I mean, it's a bit hard to back them.
Encourage them to win is what we're saying.
Yeah. Benetton host Perpignan. And honestly, I can see this game only going one way, and that being a Benetton victory.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially in that lovely pink jersey.
Yeah, I think it could be quite a big score for Benetton, but I'm not going to count my chickens yet. But I do
You're
think
not gonna what?
I'm not going to count my chickens. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Okay.
Um,
You can tell I've never heard that as a phrase.
the Lions are hosting the Newcastle Falcons. The Falcons are going to have to go all the way down and then all the way back up to Johannesburg because playing at altitude, let's see how high the Falcons can fly. Will
Not
they be
really.
able to go toe to toe with the Lions in their home field?
No.
No, no.
Again, nothing against Falcons. It's very tricky to win in South Africa.
And the Lions are on incredible form at the moment.
That as well.
Pau hosting the Dragons.
If you could name me one game that I could not care less about,
Couldn't
that's
care
probably
less
it.
about.
I
Yeah,
don't not there's no wow factor.
no, it's a bit of a shitter,
Like,
isn't it? No offense
all
to
right,
any Dragons or
Sam
Pau.
Whitelock. Right, okay. Sam Whitelock's playing. Right, cool.
Is he though?
I don't know.
Is
We
he?
we ran through who plays for Power, and it was an absolute mess of a team.
And none of them were there because they sent a bunch of 19-year-olds to the Sharks.
So they might be playing. You might get
It
the
might
Whitelock brothers. You might get Dan Robson with Joe Summit. See what I mean? Even saying it is
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
It's like a little it's like a rogue sheet.
Uh,
Um moving on to the Sunday. Oh, sorry, I didn't even predict. Uh a draw. Uh
no, 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 no.
no, I'm
Uh,
going with the draw, Murray.
I'll go Dragons just because they're a bit closer to home.
Johan Lloyd, very good player for the Dragons, so keep an eye on him.
Don't Lloyd plays for the Scarlets, you muppet.
Which one am I thinking of then? The Dragons fullback. Yeah, Johan Lloyd's the fly half for these Welsh names are tricky, Murray. Johan Lloyd's the fly half for the Scarlets. Who's the fullback for the Dragons?
I don't know, but they've got Rio Dyer and they've got Co Tompkinson. That's good
Yeah,
enough
I
for
don't
me.
care about them.
I do.
um, moving on to this.
Oh, Guy Evans.
No,
Yes,
no.
yes.
Hang on. I'm gonna have to look at it now. Sorry, a
Oh
bit
my
of an
God.
intermission here, but I have to have a look at this because it's gonna drive me crazy.
There's no point in asking in it. I'll just run through the next game anyway while you're looking. It's South African Derby, Cam.
It is a South African derby, and a South African derby that we don't see too often.
But I'm
Uh,
guessing you're backing your team.
I'm backing my team,
No.
obviously.
Sharks versus Cheetahs.
But the thing is, we only ever see the Sharks versus the Cheetahs in the Curry Cup. This time, the Cheetahs are getting the Sharks. I'm talking like the Sharks, the Ebenezer Bet, the Lukhanyo the Makazole Mapimpi Sharks.
I keep falling for it, but maybe it'll work one day. I'm going to back the Sharks.
The Sharks are gonna win. And yes, the Cheetahs are strong. Yes, they're Curry Cup champions. Blah de blah de blah de blah. But I'm telling you, the Sharks are winning the Challenge Cup.
No.
We are.
Behave yourself.
Um,
Moving off with Montpellier hosting Ospreys. Could be a very good game.
could be a very good game. Another repeat, Murray. And remember the Ospreys' famous win
Yes.
last season against Montpellier.
I don't see why they can't do it again, to be honest.
I'm predicting a Corbus Reinach masterclass. I'm predicting a Paolo Garbisi to be on the pitch. Montpellier to take this one, I think.
Okay.
It's really bothering me the name of the bloody well Dragons fullback now.
This is not Guy Evans.
No, not the one I'm thinking of. He played against the Sharks when we demolished them. Anyways, we'll move on. It'll come to me. It'll come to me at some point. It will. It will.
Champions Cup.
Do you know why I said Johan Lloyd? Because I was talking with my boss at work, and my boss is a big Scarlets fan, and we were talking about Johan Lloyd, and that was just the first name that came to my mind.
I love the fact that you said it with confidence, though.
I did. He's capped for Wales as well.
Yeah, he is Welsh cap. He was at Bristol Bears. Now he's at the Scarlets.
No, I'm not talking about Johan Lloyd. I'm talking about the fullback for the Dragons. What's his name?
Oh, shut up!
Anyways,
I don't know.
we'll go on to the Champions Cup, the big one. Friday Night Lights, as always, Bordeaux versus Connacht. Oh, Connacht. Oh, Connacht. I mean, in all fairness, they do have to compete with Damien Penaud.
I know, but oh my, what was that?
Connacht. Maxime Lucu was kicking goals left, right, and centre. Damien Penaud goes over for another try. It's getting boring now. How many tries is that now in the season for him?
It's more tries in games. I know that for a fact.
Ridiculous, man. He's
It's like right,
gets the only try for Connacht. They don't even convert it. 41-5, and that's a home game. When we talk about winning your home games in these competitions,
yeah,
that's a tough one.
that's a tough one.
Glasgow versus Northampton Saints. I didn't predict this. I didn't think this was going to
Oh,
happen. Northampton Saints, a bit of a Finn Smith masterclass, in my opinion. He played very well. Courtney Laws on the form of his life. England fans are crying at the fact that he's retired from international.
question, man. Since you've mentioned them already, Finn Smith,
England or
Scotland.
Scotland? Is that what you're going to be
Yeah,
saying?
Scotland or England, yeah.
England, in my
Ah,
opinion.
you suck.
It's going to be England. He's English, Murray. He plays for an English club.
That
He
means
he
nothing.
went through an English academy at Worcester.
That also means dick.
He's gonna, if he's capped by anyone, it'll be England.
I don't know. Gregor Townsend's apparently had a few fair conversations with old Finny boy.
The thing
I'm
is,
just
the way I
saying,
see it, like I don't see Finn Smith getting any time at Scotland.
I don't see him getting any time at England.
Yeah, I can see him. I mean, with Owen
No,
Farrell being out,
no,
you've got
even
George
with that,
Ford. He'll be third string. He'll be
he'll be third string either side.
he won't be third string for Scotland because Blair Kinghorn will be above.
No, Blair's not a 10 anymore. Blair's a 15. Hoggie's retired. Blair's our 15. So you then have Finn Russell, Ben Healy, Ross Thompson isn't really up to scratch. Adam Hastings is, I don't even know where he is
I
anymore.
was going to say Adam Hastings has fallen off the face of the earth.
I don't know if he's injured, and that would explain a lot. But anyway, Adam Hastings is gone. Tom Jordan's not eligible yet. I don't even really rate Tom Jordan. He's a good ball carrier, but that's it. Ben
I
Smith.
think England cap Finn Smith against Scotland just to rub it in.
I mean, I know he's English. It doesn't bother me. I just want him capped. I just want
By
to keep him.
somebody.
Yeah.
Just cap him. He's a very good player, very good young talent.
The reason I'm saying Scotland is because the last time there was a young up and comer going through the England ranks that played under 20s for England, it's Cam Redpath. His dad played for Scotland. His dad captained Scotland. He's ours.
Yeah.
So guess what? We'll have Finn Smith as well. Thank you very much. Good night. Peace out. No, but Finn Smith is fantastic. I don't actually care. Just get him capped. He deserves to
Smith
keep
got a
capped.
try for Glasgow at least.
Oh, Smith's try was very nice.
Yeah, it was pretty
Although
good.
you can tell it's European rugby because they have to use your full name. So it was like Oliver Smith. I was like, who calls him that?
Ollie Smith, mate.
Ollie
What's
Smith.
Finn Russell's full name? Finley.
No, he is Finn.
No, it's Finley. I'm going to start calling him Finley Russell.
Finley Russell.
You know what my friend said the other day? Where I say it was the other day. It was in, when was it? I think it was just after the World Cup, and we are talking about teams, and Scotland came up, and he was like, "That fly half for Scotland, Phil Russell."
Phil.
Phil. So now it's a bit of a running joke that every
my
time I see
God.
Finn Russell, I'm like, Phil.
Oh,
Phil.
fuck.
Anyways, the next game, first game on the Saturday, Murray,
Woo!
your young boys beating the French Giants of Toulon, Exeter Chiefs, with their bunch of baby-faced players.
Yes. Keeping them scoreless in the second half. Keeping them scoreless in the second half. And I have said it countless times this season already. Just give Henry Slade a big apology letter and give him that 13 jersey for England.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, can we just quickly go over the lineup for Toulon?
yeah, it was stacked.
Ben White.
Yep. Scored try.
Yeah.
Beautiful seeing him in France.
Gigiashvili, the Georgia Giant.
Scares the shit out of me.
Naya Kalevu, one of the standouts.
Yep.
Of the
One nice believer. Yep.
Frederico Issa, Argentinian number 8.
Yep. Big boy.
Gabin Villiers, Charles Olivon.
He was everywhere.
I could go on and on and on and on. Baptiste Serron on the bench as well. Like,
oh no, actually, shout out to Baptiste Serron. I hope he gets a speedy recovery. He came on about 20 minutes to go, obviously replacing Ben White, and about a minute later came back off because his arm went in ways it's not meant to the point.
It was like watching that Namibia injury at the World Cup.
Yeah, horrible injury.
Limbs aren't supposed to move that way.
Horrible injury, but hey, our young lads did it. Harvey Skinner with a beautiful interception.
Yeah.
Which we love. And then
you mentioned him, Henry Slade.
Henry Slade.
How valuable is a player like that
Oh,
He
yes.
a brilliant centre. He can
He's
play.
fantastic.
He can play inside or outside,
No. Have him outside. I'm saying it now.
but
England.
he can play both. He
He
has
can't play
played
both. He
both,
is versatile enough.
and he's got
But
a brilliant boot on him.
we're talking about like players that deserve it. We were banging on about Cam Redpath last week, potentially sneaking in.
Yep,
There's no sneaking. Henry Slade.
he's got to be with the number one choice now with Ollie Lawrence.
It
That's
needs
your
to be
centre pairing.
right. We understand Owen Farrell's not there, so you need to have Alex Mitchell, probably George Ford because he has more Steve Borthwick kind of player. Ollie Lawrence, Henry Slade.
But then you got Manu Tuolangi being on great form for Sale this week as well.
Yeah, but that's his first game back. I'm talking,
Yeah,
but nah. Ollie Lawrence and Henry Slade needs to be the option.
talking about Ollie Lawrence, but
Oh, Bath.
just running rampant with Ulster in the last 10 minutes.
They just went for it. It was
What happened? We had
all,
Thomas,
all
we
going
had Thomas
show.
Tatoy score on the 70th minute. We had
Yep.
Cochran Singer score on the 72nd minute. And then we had Gallagher score on the 79th minute.
Yeah. Love it.
Wow.
Beno Abano. What a performance he had.
Ah, England cap?
England recall. Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking. Because England's front row at the moment are
Plus Kenji's injured as well.
exactly. You're not the
Borthwick.
first person that I've seen suggest that.
Just
He had
give
a
us the play call because we could do the lineup for you right now.
brilliant game for him, and he would add a bit of oomph to that
Do we,
England front row.
do we just mention him again because it's what he just does it week in week out?
Go on,
Ben Russell.
Phil.
He just takes the absolute piss, doesn't he?
He does. He's just.
Actually, again, we mentioned him last week and gave him big praise, but Cam Redpath was just causing. They all do. It's just Bath this year.
It's not fair, is it? Joe Cockner Singh is putting his hand up for England selection again.
Singer, Bath. If you need to like England, if you need to look at informed players and changing things up, just look at Bath.
And they want to sign R.K. Snyman and Henry Orendale, Murray. Oh,
Yeah, that was the news that broke during the week that Henry Arundel might be coming back very soon to Bath.
oh.
And then getting the Viking as well.
Singer and Henry Orendale on both wings.
Finn's going to have fun with that one. Just chip.
Then you got Ollie Lawrence, Cam Redpath as your centre pairing. Chuck R.K. Snyman in the pack. That's not very fair, is it? That's disgusting. That Bath could very easily become a European powerhouse this year. Very easily. We'll move on to a European powerhouse, and what a powerhouse of a performance it was. There they are hanging up for me. Oh, Toulouse 52-7 over Cardiff. And a shout out to your boy Blair Kinghorn getting 2 tries.
Was it just? I thought it was just the one.
No, he got a try at the 26th minute, and he got a try on the 80 plus the 81st minute.
Well, there you go then.
But how ridiculous is it that we've got Thomas Ramos?
Yeah.
Right? We've got Antoine Dupont.
Yeah.
We've got Blair Kinghorn now as well. Roman Intermac when he comes back.
It's ridiculous.
It's just attacking weapon after attacking weapon.
That's what you want, though.
It is what you want, but it's not really great for the rest of us because you look at Toulouse and you think, oh, for fuck's sake, we have to play them. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not fun. I'm actually.
To do it.
It's teams like this and scorelines like that. I'm glad I'm in the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, thank God I get to play POW.
Oh no, who you got this week? Black Lions from Georgia. Oh, okay.
Oh no. Oh. Move back down to South Africa. The Bulls Beat the Saracens. Come on, the Bulls. Come on.
We'll love it. We'll love it.
Yeah, the Saris, the only Premiership team not to win a game.
Oh, that just warms my heart. Really.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Johan Goosen just showing his pedigree. Very good performance from him. Kane and Moody, masterclass. Curtly Armster as well.
I need to ask though.
Huh?
What I just need to throw it out there. What the hell was Billy Vanapola trying to do?
I don't know. I don't question Billy Vanapola anymore because he just keeps doing dumb shit.
First red card for the Champions Cup. Well done, Billy.
Yeah, nice one, mate. The
I'm
Saracens.
not even giving him a hate. It's just he just does it all the time, and it gets a bit stale after a while.
But it was discipline was a problem for the Saracens because we had Good getting a yellow card, Itoje getting a yellow card, and then Vinapola getting a red. Swanepoel getting a yellow as well, which I felt was a bit harsh. Maybe a bit biased coming there. Saracens did get the better end of the second half, getting a try through Elliot Daly and a try through Theo McFarland, neither of which converted, however. Owen Farrell had a somewhat decent game working with what he had, but ultimately the Bulls just too powerful in Pretoria.
I mean, the referee was having none of it. I did hear him say to Owen Farrell, "Enough's enough. You've had 2 yellows and a red. There will be no more."
I like it. I like that sort of reffing. Munster.
What happened?
How do you play at home? You're one of the biggest teams in Europe, and
Actually, how do you upgrade to Thumond Park and do that? That's my question.
You drew to Bayonne.
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 I just, yeah. There is no words.
I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest. It was just really shit.
It was a shit.
In fact, it was identical in terms of scoring in the second half because Munster won the first half 14-3. Bayonne won the second half 14-3.
What?
Great. What a fixture. Anybody who tuned into that one was thrilled.
You know what was great? And it had no right to be, was Bristol Bears versus Lyon.
What a game.
Had absolutely no 53 minutes on the clock. It was 33-10 to the Bears. Lyon had nothing going for them. There was no kicks going in. They kept fumbling the ball. Bristol were just clinical. Then they got a yellow card. And in my eyes, it should have been a red. I'm sorry. I love Revovo.
Yeah,
big fan coming from.
We spoke about this on the live last night. I didn't watch the game because it was the 8 o'clock game.
It was
Saturday, and I was all rugbyed out for the day. But I mean,
have you gone back to see
Abrahams? Why did we ever have to let him go? Sharks, why did you have to let him go? What a talent he is. But Takea Abrahams gets to Semi Andrada. I mean, you're a man down. You've got Takea Abrahams and old Semi Andrada running at you.
Against his former team.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
He woke up and chose violence because he ran through poor Harry Randall.
He did. Bless.
But 84
the drop goal's coming back into form, though, isn't it?
Love it. 80-minute calm sheet. Obviously, it wasn't the prettiest. It was very close, but who cares?
He said, "Hold my beer. Let me just win this game quick."
He was injured. He was trying to do a kick earlier, and he pulled. I think his hamstring went. But he didn't want to come off. So like he took the kick, and you could see him like hobbling, and then the team run at him. He's like, "No, don't, please."
Got to respect it.
Got to respect the grind. But onto the Sunday. For the most part, more tightly contested, I'd say.
Pretty good. We'll start with Sale versus Stade Francais, 28-5. Sharks, good win for them. The
first half of that game,
boring,
bored me to tears.
Honestly, I could have fallen asleep.
And that's not. I'm not saying we don't like close games here at RCP. We do. We like close competitive games. This wasn't even competitive. They were just a bit meh. But the second half, 22 unanswered points. Very good. Very fun. Tom O'Farrell getting a nice try. George Ford was just running it. His 50-22 is ridiculous. I don't know how he does those spiral bombs.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
We'll move on to.
Wait, you mentioned Manitou Anja as well.
Oh,
First
yeah.
game of the World Cup after
Yeah.
breaking his hand twice.
Eating people.
Just, yeah. He's
Just munching people.
destroyer of worlds, yeah.
We'll move on to a bit of a surprise package of this day because everybody wrote off this very young, almost a
Yeah.
Stormers Academy team, more so a Western Province sort of Curry Cup outfit that they sent to Leicester to take on the Leicester Tigers. And my God, did they put up a fight? I can't tell if it was this young Stormers team overperforming or it was Leicester underperforming. I want to lean more towards the overperforming because my God, these boys wouldn't give up. They would not give up. Yeah, 35-26, it ends in favor of Leicester. But I mean, I tell you what, they had to work for it. It ended up there was a yellow card for the Stormers. Andre Pollard scores a try of his own. Love to see it. And then Jamie Bassett goes over in the 82nd minute to sort of just put it out of reach for the Stormers. But what was there? I was counting when we were watching 4 equalizers in that game.
4 or 5 equalizers, yeah.
4 or 5 equalizers. So the scores were equal in at 4 different points in that game. It must be very. What's the word? It must be a boost for Stormers fans. Seeing
Absolutely. Especially how their tour went on URC.
definitely.
Yeah, fair
And a lot
play.
of those young boys putting their hands up for that sort of first team selection as well.
23-year-old, I forgot his name. You were watching the game.
Uh,
you casual
Matty,
slots a drop goal, as you do.
as you do, very good drop goal as well. He played brilliantly. Player of the match, in my opinion. Andre Pollard gets player of the match because Andre Pollard was just doing everything to get Leicester into the lead, and it worked, showing his pedigree there. But yeah, to all the people who said, "Who the hell are these guys?" to that Stormers team, that's who they are. This one, talk about revenge stories.
If there was ever a way to beat essentially your bogey team, the team your kryptonite, you've never beat this team.
It's a 60-meter.
Slot a 60-meter not drop goal, sorry. A slot a 60-meter penalty, essentially to kill the clock.
Oh,
and hit it and still have meters on it. It didn't even dip.
no.
Leinster.
It could have gone 70. He could have taken it from his own 22.
Leinster getting a famous victory over La Rochelle.
16-9.
Was not the prettiest game, but it was never going to be. The weather did not help either side. There was boxing and every 12 minutes in, all hell broke loose. I covered on the live while you were doing the Tigers game, and Jonathan Dante decided to grab somebody by the scruff of the neck and throw him back the way. Joe McCarthy was having none of that. And then, you know who else didn't accept it and actually went apeshit at all the players? Referee Matthew Carley. No, that is totally unacceptable behaviour. We're not doing this. You grabbed him off. You did not have to react that way. Off you go. There you go. That's how you deal with it. But, yeah, Kieran Frawley, 60 metres.
Kieran Frawley and Anton Hastoy, the 2 fly-offs running that game. Hastoy doing everything he possibly.
Kieran Frawley wasn't even starting. It was Harry Burton that started, and Kieran Frawley comes up clutch. But speaking of clutch, and it seemed to be a theme this weekend, Marcus Smith.
Oh, what a nudge.
45-metre drop goal.
What a nudge.
What a game as well.
What a game. It's a bit of a European classic, isn't it? Racing versus Quins.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it? It did look like it was going to Racing right at the end. Dino Lamb getting a yellow card. The minute Dino Lamb comes off the pitch, Racing knock it on.
Yep.
You had one job. Like literally, you had one job. But hey, nothing. I'm taking nothing away from Quinn's. Marcus Smith's show. Get brilliant try as well.
Yeah, very good try.
Andre the Giant getting on the scoreboard. Just
Very happy to see my captain Sia Khaleesi running an open play for Racing. That was lovely to see. He pretty much sets up one of the Racing tries.
Henry Arundel putting in some massive hits.
Big hits. You forget how strong that boy is. You just remember back to his England debut against Australia when he first touched the ball. He bumps off two people and just scores a try.
Casually.
Yeah, felt. But I mean, that was it. We'll go on to some predictions.
Us.
We'll start with Bayonne hosting Glasgow.
Oh God. I'd
Are you
like
gonna-
to say Glasgow.
It's got to be Glasgow, right? It's got to be.
We said this last week, though.
Yeah, but I think this is more so. It's got to be Glasgow.
I just can't see Bayonne getting a win. I know they drew with Munster, but
Yeah, but that's just you know how Irish teams are such bottlers. Yeah, Glasgow. It's got to be Glasgow. Glasgow to win that one.
Okay.
Saints hosting Toulon.
Ooh, I can see Saints going for another big win.
That would more or less sort of end it for Toulon.
You only really need to win one game to get to the last 16,
It's
which
true.
is a bit of a farce, but I could see Saints get a big win. I think Finn Smith will be.
Yeah, I'll go Saints as well. I think at home. I mean, they showed what they can do on the road against Glasgow.
I forgot to mention him, but I'm going to give him a shout out now because I think he's going to work wonders, especially at home. Tommy Freeman.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
scores
It
twice.
was a bit quiet when he played on the wing last season. They've moved him to the 13. And, oh, he's so good.
Just making problems for Glasgow, wasn't he?
I'm just saying,
Running those hard lines.
the way he played, if he can keep that up, I can see him not starting over because we've talked about how much he deserves it. I can see him and Henry Slade as the 13th.
Everybody gets an England cap. Everybody
Yeah.
gets an England cap.
Time for changes. Sometimes you need to.
Definitely, it's part of the new World Cup cycle, 100%. Saracens host Connacht Murray.
Caught up! Come on! Do not. I am not backing the Saracens. I will never back.
I can't support Connacht after that performance.
I don't care.
But I'll say Connacht.
It was embarrassing.
Probably going to be Saracens winning, but I'll support Connacht.
Yeah, I ain't supporting Saracens. No, thank you.
Stormers host La Rochelle. La Rochelle are going down to Cape Town. What's going to happen, Murray?
I honestly don't know.
It's going to be the Stormers fullback squad, I promise you.
It's probably going to be the Stormers because I heard last night that like Gary Aldridge and all that's getting time off, and they're not back until January, which is ridiculous. He's not injured.
Honestly, even with La Rochelle's full strength team, I'd back the Stormers in Cape Town. Do it.
I do say it's not easy to win in South Africa, so I'm going to have to.
One of the hardest places to go and do a job.
That's it.
Bordeaux host Bristol. This could be a tasty one based on the two teams' last games.
I'm going to say Bordeaux because they're at home.
I would also say Bordeaux, and I actually think Bordeaux are going to make quite easy work of Bristol.
Oh, I wouldn't say easy work.
I think it is. I just feel it. Leinster host Sale. If there's any time, Sale, to just play the game of your life, just please beat these bastards. Just beat them. Just Leinster are like my Saracens. I hate them.
Okay.
Just beat the bastards, Sale, please. I know I'm always making fun of you because you're the shit Sharks, but just from a Sharks fan to a Sharks team, win. Just win. By a point, I don't care.
I'm sorry, it's going to be Leinster.
No, Sale Sharks.
No.
Oh, another repeat, Murray, and what a cracking fixture it was last year. Leon are hosting the Bulls.
Oh, I'm going for Leon. I am.
Look past the Bulls' form at the moment, Murray, and they've actually been decent on the.
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking back to the Leon Bears game, Leon's kicking was shite.
And the Bulls have Johan Hurson.
That means nothing.
Ah,
No,
and Hurson has experience playing in the against top 14 teams.
if it comes down to kicking, I'll give it to the Bulls. If you're just going for free flow running at it, it'll be Leon.
You're forgetting that they have Kurt Lawrencer and Kane and Moody.
I don't care. They've got Semi Randrandra and Thakir Abraham.
Who's that?
You insert his face. And Thakir. There you go. Your boy Thakir Abraham's going to go nuts.
No, he's a traitor.
And oh no, that's Bordeaux. Never mind. Different team. I was going to say, and our boy Ben Tapawai, but he plays for Bordeaux.
Yeah, another traitor.
Yeah, we'll love Ben.
Anyways, Cardiff take on Bath. It's going to be a bloodbath.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, Bath are going to run rings around Cardiff. It's not going to be fair. It's just easy win.
Yeah, I think Bath are going to have fun with it.
Ulster versus Racing, Murray. Hosting Racing, should I say, just to give them
Racing. Because Ulster.
Oh, dog shit.
I was trying to avoid that. But... No, but they're not good anymore. They've lost like all the physicality prowess about them.
How have you signed like players like Stephen Kitsoff and lost physicality?
Money.
No,
also, he wasn't that great at the World Cup. Oxford 2 was miles ahead.
Hey, you watch your mouth.
Can't spoil my nose. Anyway.
Finn Russell wasn't that great at the World Cup because he wasn't at most of it.
Yeah.
Exeter Chiefs host Munster, and honestly, Murray, I'm going to back your young boys because Munster were also kind of dog shit.
I mean, I'm always backing my team, but I'm torn. This is like how when you had Sharks versus Connacht a few weeks ago, because when Byron got the ball, you were like, "Yeah, it's Byron." I have the same for Munster because our boy Alex Nankerville.
No, sorry, you got to back your team, don't you?
I am backing my team. I'm just saying, I'll cheer
him on. When Byron got the ball against the Sharks, I was like, "Fuck off, Byron!
Don't do it!
Stop it, Byron!"
Nah, Chiefs at home.
Dirty message after the game.
Did you?
No. No, I said congratulations, I think.
Yeah, no. Chiefs at home. It's going to be fun. Henry says going to come up clutch again, probably, most likely.
I don't even think he'll need to come up clutch, Murray. I think it'll be a
I'm liking that. I like it. Okay.
For your boys.
Okay.
Quins host Toulouse. Yeah, sorry, Quins.
Blair Kinghorn's going to show Marcus Smith how it's really done.
I can't see. The Quins played well against Racing, but Toulouse are a different animal.
They are.
It's scary. Full strength Toulouse. And people look at top 14. You look at the top 14, you see Toulouse aren't doing that great, but you have to realize that Toulouse, a lot of the time in the top 14, do play a bit of a second string team.
Also, they started their campaign early. They were like a week after the World Cup, and like
this ain't going to be a second string team. This is going to be Anton Dupont. This is going to be Thomas Ramos, Blair Kinghorn. It's just everybody's going to.
Matthias Labelle,
Matthias Labelle on the wing. I forget he plays for them because there's just so many superstars in that team.
Capuzzo, possibly.
Yeah, why not chuck him in there? Stade Francais versus Leicester Tigers. Hosting Leicester Tigers.
I don't know, it matters. Leicester Tigers.
Do you reckon?
Yes, based on this weekend's performance against Sale, Stade did fuck all. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Andre Pollard.
And that hurts because we've got a friend of the show at Stade Francais as a defence coach. We've got Paul Gustard. Hi, Cam. Where are you going? Oh, God.
This man, masterclass. Andre Pollard is the greatest fly half in the world. I say it every week. I'll say it every week until I get a cult following for Andre Pollard.
Until it's Bath versus Leicester and Finn shows you how it's done.
Oh, please.
Although that does make it money. Just going off. But yeah, Leicester's going to win against Stade Francais.
He might be the Bock outclass Russell, so
Shut up.
It's true.
But that was rugby. No negative news this week.
Oh my god!
It only took 8 months.
Yeah, it must be.
Although actually, this is very off topic, but we are partners with them, so kind of want to mention it, and it's very cool because I've already ordered one.
Yeah.
Our friends over at Looseheads are bringing out a new T-shirt.
Yeah.
And are in partnership with My Name's Doddy. So it's the tartan goalposts.
Oh,
beautiful.
lovely.
All proceeds go to both charities. There's no reason not to get that top.
No.
Yeah,
if you're a rugby fan, get it.
Pretty much. That's that. But yeah, no sevens next week.
No.
We have PWR, like you said. We're back into the depths of Challenge Cup and Champions Cup. My voice might not be savoured because I am at the rugby.
Yep.
Thank God for that.
I'm not at the rugby. I've got the weekend off, so I can sit at home and put my feet up and just watch rugby all weekend.
We might do a Friday night live stream.
I'm working Friday now, Murray.
Then you're not off the weekend.
Huh?
The weekend starts Friday night.
No, no. The weekend is Saturday and Sunday, Murray.
No.
It is. I don't know what you do in Scotland.
No. Listen to the radio on a Friday from about 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. They go.
Sorry, I'm under the age of 25. I don't listen to the radio.
I am bang on 25.
Exactly. Anyways, cheers guys for watching. We could go on for another hour just talking shit to each other. Have a good one and join us for our lives and join us next week.